devil. Look at him. Blonde hair, blue-eyed Elvis. You know what Billy Idol's doing for the past 10 years since this came out? He's been spending his money. Man, this guy is a wild guy. Wild dude. This book was sent to me by my friend Flossy at Grape Jelly Library. So thanks again, Floss. My address is in my About section. So I love it when people send me things. And this was a surprisingly good rock bio. I really enjoyed this. I learned a lot. I didn't know about Billy Idol. Now, I brought this up at our last live show, the Monday Live. And Greg, I said, yeah, Billy Idol was the punk rock. Greg said, oh, no. Greg does that a lot to me. You ever noticed? But yesterday, yeah, chapter 6, he was there with Johnny Rotten, Steve Jones, the guitar player. And when they coined the phrase, never mind the Bullocks, yeah, he heard Steve Jones say that. And he was there in London when the Pistols first got on stage and played. That was in 1976. I didn't know that. I'm not a punk fan, but I do know a little bit, but I'm not going to get into that. So one thing I learned, he dropped out of school. His mother was Irish, born in Cork. They had a musical lineage with their family in Ireland. His father was English. He was born in London. Then they came over to America relatively early. His father and mother took him. He literally arrived with a banjo on his knee. He was given a banjo to take over. And he has a sister. He's close to a sister. He's always close to his family. I just finished reading this last night and just getting around to doing it. I'm trying to do these, some of my reviews really impromptu and immediately after finishing the book. So, boy, he was into heroin much more than I thought. Did a lot of drugs and sex and drugs and alcohol in this book. I don't really glorify that. It never really impressed me, especially the sex and he was a sex maniac, a sex addict. Go to Bangkok with a buddy and just have hundreds of women on a weekend. That is crazy to me. That would make me literally feel horrible, But so that's in there. He died several times. The thing about this rock, he did write it himself. He reads it himself. But the difference about this one is he didn't die at the end, and he didn't get rehab at the end. I think he's still going strong, not with the heroin and cocaine and speedballs so much, but as far as drinking and smoking. And he's a biker, lifelong motorcycle rider. Been in some accidents and that in LA, but he's got apartments around the world: New York, LA, London. It's a longish book too. Some good photos in it. Here's some of the Generation X was his first punk band. Then they changed it to Gen X. But some photos of him with Keith Moon, Mark Bolan, T-Rex. Let's see. And then when he made it big hit with MTV, just over the top with I've forgotten all his hits. I mean, just like Rebel Yell, White Wedding, that Moni Moni song. the rotation he got on MTV for years like that just sent him through the. Remember Adam Ant, that from the '80s? That guy. I remember that Rock Me Amadeus. Boy, some other. I'm not saying they're punk bands by any means. You know, for example, I don't know Black Flag, but I know Rollins, Henry Rollins, and I love his spoken word, but I like his solo stuff too. I had all his CDs, but I digress. It ends with his father. His father found him when he was in dregs of alcoholism and addiction, and kind of pulled him out, helped him one time. So his family was always there for him, you know, when he wasn't there for himself. But his dad lived to be about 80, I think he was in his 88, 89, finally succumbed to cancer, but was a rugged guy. His mother was a surgeon assistant, you know, she a nurse, surgical nurse. You end up liking the guy. I didn't particularly like him, but I didn't know about him. He's the real deal. Keith Richards kicked him out of a session once. Like I said, he's had out-of-body experiences. He's believes in that stuff. Life after death. He's a little philosophical at the end. So that's about it. If you like rock biographies, you'll love this. Dancing with Myself, you know, that's the name of the book. Another hit I forgot about, you know. Billy Idol, man. Thanks for your time and consideration. Appreciate it.